I'm ready to get this clown fiesta on the road. Leonardo DiCaprio. Hey, we're talking about the old actors. We're pulling out names: Steven Seagal, Jackie Chan, Nicolas Cage. Man, legends. What was it? Van Damme with the splits. De Niro? But De Niro is a good actor. Yeah.
Need more minerals for that.
Isn't he?
That'll cost more minerals than we have.
Arnold? Dude, you know, as cringy as Arnold Schwarzenegger can be in his lines in the movies, I feel like he's the one of the few actors.
Can't be done without more overlord.
He's one of the few actors that I feel like, even though he has like cringing acting and cringy lines in the movies, like everyone loves his movies, or you know, majority of the people, right?
That'll cost more minerals than we have.
You know, he's just like, I mean, look, some of his lines from obviously Terminator, but also the, what was that? Man, I'm my brain's farting. What was that line? It's not a. What was that line from the movie where Arnold is pregnant? It's a famous line. It's not. It's not a tumor. Yeah, like that's what I mean. It's like, you know, and everyone knows them. Kindergarten Cop. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like everyone knows these things, right? A lot of actors, most actors don't have that. D Summon, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. And I think that's like great, right? Like having your own thing. Cause it's like it's your legacy, you know? Oh, by the way, you know what a video I thought about making? I thought about making like a, maybe around New Year or something like that. Making like a like memes explained kind of video. So not really like a, well, I guess like a highlight video, but all the basically the memes and sayings in my stream to explain them, like I am exit, the red dot and stuff like that, to like, you know, like a small compilation. And then yeah. Again, it's like, it would be like a highlight and also explanation, because a lot of people that join my YouTube or my Twitch, if they join at this point, I feel like it's kind of hard for them to, you know, like actually realize what's what. And a lot of them are probably just seeing random words said. Like, what does I can't see the red dot mean kind of thing? Which, listen, everyone knows what that is, right? But I am exit, for example, or carrot. You know, like carrot is a good example of this, because that was literally one stream, you know, and there's no links to it. There's a video, but dude, I'm gonna snipe that Marine. Check this out.
Your brood has found something to chew on.
Okay.
Not enough energy.
Never mind.
We don't have enough minerals.
Сука, блядь! Man!
The queen's just been born.
Сука, блядь, again! Boris, get away from your computer.
Not enough energy.
All right.
Infestors birthed another queen. More overlords required. Spawn more overlords.
Oh yeah, I can't cancel creep tours. I forgot. No. No, 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 no.
A queen's just energies. Your forces have encountered the enemy. Can't follow that command. Not enough energy.
Battlecruiser?
Energy's too low. Need more minerals for that. Your brood has found something to chew on.
Okay, this is going back. That's fine too.
Energy's too low. We don't have enough minerals.
It's so weird that you can't cancel your creep tumors anymore.
More overlords required. Enemies taking out a creep tumor.
Wait, it was Battlecruiser?
Our base is under attack. The forces have encountered the enemy. We have to place.
There it is, Microbial Shroud. Amazing.
Energy's too low.
Man, I even did I miss it? Oh, maybe it was there.
A queen's just been born. Can't follow that command. Enemies taking out a creep tumor. Enemies taking out a creep tumor.
Huh. Right there, boys.
Mutation complete. Your brood has found something to chew on. The forces have encountered the enemy.
Wait, what is this upgrade?
Completely mined out a mineral.
Oh yeah, the Nidus Worm load and unload speeds.
Evolved. Not enough Vestige. We need more Vestige. Can't follow that command. Can't follow that command. Can't follow that command.
I should make spores there just in case.
Enemies taking out a creep. Not enough Vestige. Evolution. Evolution almost something. Nothing left in that mineral cluster. Mineral field. Forces have encountered the enemy. Looks like your
Okay.
brood has evolved.
150, 150. Upgrading that shit.
Evolution.
What's the win rate?
Looks like you're
100%.
enough energy. Your brood has found something to chew on. Mined out a mineral field. Oh, great. That's gonna require more gas. Mineral field depleted. Mutation complete. Can't follow that command. Your forces have encountered the enemy. Can't follow that command. Nothing left in that mineral cluster.
Okay, so we're this part of the game. C is the hotkey for this.
Under attack.
Oh no.
Your brood has found something to chew on. Find out if it helps you.
Come on, man, I was reading tooltip.
Your forces have encountered the enemy. Looks like your brood has evolved. That'll cost more minerals than we have. Nothing left in that mineral cluster. Evolution. We don't have enough minerals.
Okay, how does this look like? Ooh.
Can't follow that enemy taking out a creature. Your brood has found something to chew on. Looks like your...
Oh, there's the blink as well. You saw how it had a little cooldown?
Run without more overlord. More overlord.
I mean, I actually don't have hydras. Yeah, I need to get used to that ability.
We need more time.
It covers good amount of ground, I feel like.
Spawn more overlords.
Now, the Infestors still died underneath, but obviously they died a lot slower, right? It is 50% after all. It's not a little bit. But I'm questioning, like, is the spell worth more than fungaling or neuraling? You know, that's the real question, right?
Follow that command.
Because if the answer is it's just not worth it more than those, then when are you gonna make it? That's the real question, right?
Your drones are under the enemy.
Okay, let's try do an attack.
Our supply is tapped out.
See what we can do.
Yep, we can't follow that command.
I need to get used to the hotkeys for this, and my brain needs to like be, you know, active in actually using that ability.
We're at maximum supply.
How many drones am I on? 87.
Can't follow. Your brood has found something to chew on.
Holy shit, that's a lot of battlecruisers. I guess like the good Zerg, what you would do is have all Infestors burrowed and only some of them unburrowed to cast the Dark Swarm ability.
Oh great, your Zerg has muted. Not enough energy. Evolution complete.
I mean, like, look at this. This definitely helps. Like, that was a full battlecruiser army? Pretty sure he was... We'll check the replay after. Full battlecruiser army versus Hydras and Banes. And I'm on 87 drones as well. And I'll remax way easier, right? So, in a real game, I don't think this was worth for him. But we can check the replay after to confirm what happened.
Follow that command.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Now I've lost all
We're at maximum
infestors.
supply. Can't follow that command.
Let's see, I got 2 dark swarms.
We've completely mined out a mineral.
I mean, like, there's obviously, like, you know, a difference that the Dark Swarm makes. 50%. It makes it so that the Hydras can trade really well against VCs. Obviously, I have no more... look how fast they die now. I have no more Infestors. I only have 2,
Nothing left in that mineral
which was a bit
cluster.
sad.
Not enough vestige.
But I think the way you would want to use these units is like...
The forces have encountered.
because I'm trying too hard to just use Hydras, right? You would probably use some Corruptors as well and stuff like that.
Can't follow that command.
But I honestly think that this change will have more impact on like Ling Ultra Bane with Infestors to cover for the Ultras and Lings against Liberators rather than these kinds of fights. Yes, it will be used,
Can't follow that.
but usually if you're a Zerg player, you don't want to use pure Hydra as a counter to Battlecruiser, right? You would preferably use Corruptors. But I think it's important to test and you know, just see how it would work and stuff like that. So that's why I'm doing it. I still do think, like I said, Infestors with like Neural and Fungal together with Corruptors would probably be a better counter to this. And I think way more cost efficient as well.
Yep, can't follow that command. Our base is under attack. Nothing left in that mineral. Enemy's taking out a creep tumor. Our supply is capped out. Enemy's taking out
Let's
a
kill
creep
this.
tumor. Mineral field depleted. Something to chew on.
I don't think the Dark Swarm ability, maybe it should last longer, because I feel like the damage reduction is good. It's not bad, it's 50%. And I think it makes it so that Hydras trade a lot better,
That command.
but it doesn't last long enough. And the Yamatos can just kill the Infestors. So I'm trying to think, I mean, would it be worth to use over Fungals and Neural against,
Our supply is capped out.
what are they called?
Maximum supply.
Against the Shroud thing? That's the thing, I don't know, I don't think so.
We've completely mined out a mineral field.
It's Watchtower.
Can't follow that command. Can't follow that command. The forces have encountered the enemy.
You can hear the teleport, by the way, and then they show up. So that's another thing important to realize.
We're at maximum.
When teleport happens, you first hear the teleport, and then you see, like 1 second later, that they are indeed teleporting.
Oh great, your Zerg have mutated. Mineral field.
I don't have enough Infestors for this. I need way more Infestors to deal with this.
Can't follow.
Wait, what the hell? I had Hydras there?
Enemies taking out a creep.
Bruh. Okay, let's try a fight.
Can't follow that command.
With neurals.
Energy's too low. Can't follow that command. Can't follow that command. Our supply is tapped out.
Okay. Now see, for the liberation zones, like, I'm 100% sure that this is a worth it spell. The question is,
Can't follow that command.
are Hydras like this better? I mean, maybe, you know, maybe this is worth if you're fighting like 5-10 battlecruisers, but if you're fighting like 15-20, I don't think so. I think Norling is probably a way better option.
We've completely mined out a mineral.
I know I'm like rambling back and forth about it, but I'm just trying to like think out loud.
Enemies taking out a creep tumor. Mineral field depleted. Rude has found something.
See what I mean? Like, it takes 3 shots to kill Hydras there. Obviously, he has too many Liberators, but...
We're at maximum supply.
Another problem is I never built a Spire.
Enemies taking out a creep tumor. Our supply is capped out. Enemies taking out a creep tumor.
So I actually have no Corruptor options even.
Enemies taking out a creep tumor. Our forces have encountered the enemy. Your brood has found something to chew on. Nothing left in that mineral cluster.
I think infestors should need some kind of units to spam for energy. Maybe small marines that look infested.
Our base is under attack.
Yeah, this is not a counter, boys. Confirmed. You definitely need...
Your brood has found something to chew on.
You need Corruptors against this. Mass Corruptor would beat this,
We're under attack.
for sure.
Your brood has found something to chew on. Someone stop me. Nothing left in that mineral cluster. Mineral field depleted.
I think, again, the problem in this spell is not in the...
Your forces have encountered the...
is not in the cost, it's just how long it lasts. And for the duration it lasts, I personally would rather neural a battlecruiser and not cast that spell. Against Terran at least. Now, if you're playing some kind of siege positions or you're trying to gain position, I think you would rather use not neural but the other thing, right? Because if you're an open, I think Newell's a better option. But if you're pushing into a planetary, and the battle cruisers are like hiding behind a planetary, there's like maybe 2-3 liberators, I think it's worth to use the swarm thing. So I think that would make a lot more sense. But I also, like I said, I mean, I'm not a main Zerg player, so I don't have like the micro to pull this off, especially because this is the first time I use this ability. But I do think that proper counter to mass BCs is the Corruptor, Infestor, and Vipers, and not Hydras. It does make them trade more efficiently, so if you're playing against some kind of mech or battle mech battlecruiser, I think this is decent. But you would still go for Corruptors in the end. I'm trying to think what else. I actually don't think, so I mentioned when I was reviewing the patch notes, maybe they should increase it to 75%. I don't think that would do anything, honestly. Because if you think about it, that game, I didn't lose because I lost my units. I lost because the battlecruisers just traded better than my Hydras, right? In the long run, because the Dark Swarm, or whatever it's called, the Shroud expired, and then the Hydras lost a straight up fight. And I also, every time I took his battlecruisers, I never did Yamato, because I was like trying to micro on my own side and stuff like that. I think obviously I could have executed that a bit better, but overall, I think that what would help this spell is maybe increase duration. Because it's 50%, so it's not extreme damage reduction. It's a lot, right? But it's not extreme. It would make more sense if the ability lasted a bit longer. And what you also want to do is, if you have 10 Infestors, let's say all full energy, you would preferably have 3 Infestors on top, like above the ground, because you cannot cast Fungal or that ability when you're burrowed, only Neural. So it would make more sense to have 3 up, where you can fungal, and then do the swarms on your queens, hydras, whatever, and have all the other infestors do neural. I think that would probably be the best setup. Obviously, I have like no experience in using, especially the new spell, but I think that's probably the way you would want to use it. Maybe increase the duration of ability? Yeah, I would probably say that. I don't think they should reduce the cost, because that's not the issue, right? The range of the ability itself, the cast range is fine. I just think that maybe 15-16 seconds would have been better, because unlike Dark Swarm in Brood War, it doesn't make them like almost immune to damage. It's 50% less. So if you're Protoss or Terran and Zerg cast the Shrouds, then you can move away and try to find a better fight. Because if they're like 10 seconds only, you might as well just stay and fight, kind of thing, right? And I also think it should affect buildings, like protect buildings as well. But yeah, that's my opinion from playing these couple of games. Look at that APM, this Zerg APM. Okay, well, let me guys know in the chat for you boys on Twitch what you thought about this. We can discuss it a little bit. For you guys on YouTube, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as well. And I do think that if we do another game at some point against Protoss, I think this will be better against Protoss. Because unlike Battlecruiser versus Hydras, where Battlecruisers just trade better, Hydra versus Carriers and Tempest, I think Hydras trade better. Now, I think also there's a lot more counterplay. So if you do this, the Shroud, right? The Carriers will be ineffective and they will lose the battle pretty hard, but that's where the Storms, the Colossus, and the Disruptors come in. So I think the Shroud ability will be much more impactful for the Zerg in CVP. But yeah, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. For you guys on Twitch, hold up.